In this video, we introduce Unit 3, Introduction to Inferential Statistics. This is different from what we've been doing in the past units, but very intimately connected. So as a refresher, or as a broad overview, let's think about what we've done over the last few weeks together. So we start off with the concept of sampling. And so we have the notion that we have some population that we want to learn about, but the population itself is so large that we have to extract samples from a population. So use this using sampling and other frameworks that allow us to conduct experiments with proper experimental design. And from that, we obtain samples, maybe one sample, and it's a snapshot of the population where if a population has parameters like a mean or a standard deviation, then we get an estimate of that using sample mean and sample standard deviation. What we're going to do in this unit is to go backwards. So rather than looking at a population and examining a single sample and extracting that sample from a population, what if we don't know what our population is? In fact, we know virtually nothing about it. We just know that we have extracted some sample that's representative, that has low random sampling error, and has a high or relatively high sample size, or I should say large sample size. If we have these three things, which we'll assume we do when we go through this unit, then we can go back and predict or make inferences about what our population looks like. So given that we know a sample mean and a sample standard deviation, maybe we have a good estimate for the population parameters. And we can say other things about them too, such as if there's a claim about what the population looks like, then we can dispel, or maybe there's not enough evidence to dispel those claims. We'll get into all of that. But this covers, first of all, we're going to be talking about confidence intervals. Confidence intervals allow us to estimate the population parameters using a range of values. And we're going to be talking about hypothesis testing, which is where if we have a hypothesis, some short statement about a population parameter or other characteristics about a population, then we'll use our sample to infer or to provide evidence for or against this hypothesis.